Hello guys and welcome to another 1v1 cast. Uh, in today's game, this is in the series of my road to 1700, and as you can see in the bottom right corner here, we're getting awfully close. 1684 was the elo we finished on last time. So if I play my cards right, I'm only actually one win away from 1700. So let's talk about the opponents. My opponent's in red. Gmax Maya, never come across them before as far as I'm aware. They're ranked 1680, so only 4 elo in it. Should be quite a good game. The map is of course Fortress, which is currently on the 1v1 ladder. Quite an interesting map. You start off with more villas than you normally would, some farm placements, houses, walls, castle, towers, barracks. So it's a bit different, and I'll be honest, I haven't quite optimized my build for this. So, Civ matchup, I'm playing as the Bengalis, my opponent has gone Portuguese. We did pick Civs, and my plan going into this was I like monks, Bengalis are good monks, have a fantastic eco as well, 2 free villagers for every TC they have every time they age up. So my plan was to go big with the eco, elephants, bit of a greedy play, but we shall see. But as soon as I see Portuguese are in the matchup, that changes things for me. Just trying to scout my opponent now. Scouts cross paths there, but some just passing moments. And then you look at the idle TC as well. Just a second in it. I think on Fortress getting everything rolling at the beginning is a bit of a mismatch. If you look at the oh no, I forgot that happened. Oh, it's so painful. And then my scout gets shot by an arrow, which means I'm going to lose the scout fight if that happens as well. But I don't know, I can't remember what happened there, but it was just, I remember it happening and being like, that's super frustrating. I think one of the best things that's helped my performance in recently just climb to how much it has is just having such a solid Dark Age, just reliable builds, executing them solidly as consistently as possible, doing the basics really well. Going into each game with a plan, then looking at my map, looking at where my resources are placed, looking at the Civ matchup, and then basing those decisions, taking the decisions from there. So to lose a build like this is just super frustrating, but given that the Bengali's bonus of 2 extra vills every time you age up, it's not the end of the world, it's just not good. Oh yeah, and then I managed to trap my scout at the back here. At this point I was really worried that my opponent had seen this, seen my scout here, and was going to somehow warp me off here and trap me. So what did I think was going to happen? I thought my opponent was just going to go straight organ guns, get a couple of petards, break in, make my life hell. What I wasn't expecting was this. I wasn't expecting my opponent to go onto stone. Obviously, I can't see that, but I wasn't expecting my opponent to go onto stone. I thought the whole point of being on Fortress and being Portuguese was you already got your castle, you save those resources and you just pump out loads of organ guns in Castle Age and you flood your opponent that way. Organ guns are so hard to stop, especially once they reach a critical mass and when you're only in Castle Age. That's my experience as well, and to be honest, I've not found any really good counters. I've tried mass cav, like a mixture of like cav and knights. I've tried crossbows, I've tried skirms, I've tried CA, I've tried mangonels, and it just seems to feel like the Portuguese player with their organ guns always takes a more effective trade. So my opponent's up a few seconds before me, one villager before me. That's fine. Idle TC time for both players is still really good. As soon as I'm up, 2 new vills brings me over, so I'm now ahead on the vill count. And then I'm just putting down a market and blacksmith. And the reason I'm placing my buildings here is I want a wall like this. If my opponent breaks through, I want a wall here. I'm really not happy about the fact that my castle's at the back protecting absolutely nothing. Suppose the same is somewhat true for my opponent, although their stone is arguably protected where mine most definitely is not. So yeah, I could have had a much more favourable fortress generation. Getting bonked on the walls there. But yeah, we're both up. A little bit more idle TC time from my opponent, a little bit from me just from the waiting for the buildings to build. Getting a gold mining upgrade on the way up because my plan is, I suspect my opponent is going organ guns. The plan is still monks. I'm going to defend with monks. I'm going to put 2 monasteries down straight away, get redemption nice and early, get those monks out. I'm hoping that the +3/+3 armor is somewhat effective against organ guns, but really, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I put this game very much down as it's probably going to be a learning experience, and I would take the hit in Elo and I'd climb back up to 1700. That was the plan. That was the plan. Just trying to get some intel. And then this, I haven't seen it. And they are sending the village, 13 villages, 14 villages forward. And now I see it. And hopefully there's a somewhat immediate reaction, as immediate as reactions get when you're my Elo, at least. And that's so good by my opponent. Denying both my forward, gold, and my stone. Village, my scout goes down there, I think. Yeah, I was a bit upset by that, but the priority was get some villagers forward, start walling, get some monks out. My unique units, the Raffers, I believe it's the Raffers, but I wasn't confident they would stand up to organ guns, so I was sticking with the original plan. Monks it is. And you can see, because of that, I've got everyone on gold because I need that early redemption, which is coming in now. And I need to start getting some monks out. Because my thinking now was, if I can start converting them in low numbers, I can hold. I can go up to him. My plan was still to have a bigger Rico. I was assuming that my opponent would go 1 TC all in behind this. You can see they've just dropped off a stone and going back. They're not doing any more scouting. Problem with my scouting is I've not scouted any of the relics, and later on in the matchup I remember thinking, oh my god, I can't see any relics on the minimap. My opponent's got all 5 relics. Yeah, that was not a good feeling. But I got 3 monks out already. My opponent's only now just making their first organ gun. I'm a little bit surprised by how much breathing room they've given me here, considering that they dropped a castle right on my face and they didn't break in straight away. They could have easily have had 2 petards queuing straight away as soon as they got into castle age, while the bills were moving forwards, and they could have broken in and even dropped a castle in the side of my walls, or at least broken in by now. Thinking about it now, that's brave. I need to have 1 palisade, but here we go. And I'm keen at this point not to give away my monks too soon, and he's not seen the monks until now. 1 conversion coming in, and I get 1. I'll take that. But now my opponent is aware. Now my opponent is aware I've got monks. They've got enough resources to drop another castle, and it's like, oof. To be honest with you, my opponent has gone so all in on stone, and I don't agree that that's the right play. Unless they're going to drop a castle here, That would be superb. Have they scouted? Yeah, they've scouted like another castle here, and then I'm off stone, and arguably they could put one. If they put it right here, they would deny my extra stone, my extra gold, and then my safe golds and stones. And then if I look on this side, I'd be trapped. I'd be done for. There'd be no way. So I got the monks ready. I'm going to try and start converting a few. Careful not to go into the castle fire. And that's 2 free conversions. I'll take 3 free conversions for the loss of 1 monk. Get some more in. Come on, come on. That's a 4th conversion. 1 more. Let's go, let's go. Oof. Let's go. And there we go. There's a 5th conversion. Come on, 6. Let's get in there. But at this point, I'm pretty happy with the defense. I don't think I fully appreciated the risk that all of these. And yeah, the +3/+3 seems to be holding up. Helps that there's enough monks here as well to heal each other up. But what I was about to say is I don't think I've appreciated the risk of what another castle being dropped on me might do. And I've tried to go greedy here. Not greedy, but trying to go big with the boom. So I've got 55 vils to my opponent's 35, so 20 vil lead. Hoping big economy, that will go well. With hindsight, what I should have done, I've not even scouted extra gold or extra resources. I should have a unit out there, even a monk, out there looking for some relics, monks, relics and extra resources, and sending a villager out to build a TC. And oh, castle fire! I don't know how I got away with that. Don't know how I got away with that. I don't know if... Oh, here we go. Yeah, military. APM. Monk micro is not easy. There's a few good tips out there on how to do monk micro. Some people use the, control forward all their other military and then use the idle military key to select monks. But here we go. Here we go. This is not good. I'm not happy about this. I can't stop the villagers. All I can do is, and I can't deny the castle. I've not got the stone. All I can try and do is convert some of his army. But this is danger. I'm trying to do the trick where if you keep tasking multiple... Oh my god. There's so much going on. Sorry guys. That's 3 conversions though. 3 conversions on the organ guns. The Vils are Vil fighting. The monks are trying to convert, bashing down the castle, but at this point, I'll be honest with you, I nearly called it. Saw the castle on my face. It's denying 2 TCs, denying my stone. I'm going to pause for a second here, just to explain some of my thinking, because you'll see in the market I've just sold all of my stone. If we go back, thank you for capturing Pro. Just back a little bit more. So I had 500 stone. And my thinking now was, my opponents come forwards, they've denied 2 of my TCs. I've got a 3rd one over back on this wood line. I was confident I had an eco lead, which I did. I was confident that I could hold with monks, but all I was confident in holding was this TC and this castle. So my plan was, I need to get to Imp. I was like, if my opponent has put enough villagers on stone and resources to drop 2 castles, I was thinking they're going up to Imp, and oh no, actually I was thinking I can get up to Imp quicker than them. I assumed they must have gone all in on stone, all in on organ gun production, which they have. So that was my thinking. I had 500 stone in the bank. I know the temptation is drop another castle, which could have been good. A castle here would have been lovely, in fact, to protect the 2 golds, but failure of my scouting, I haven't seen this gold. I have no idea this gold is here. And I'm fully expecting to be pushed back, and my only way of holding is with monks. So that was the rationale. We'll continue the game. But when we look at military, my opponent's got 7 7 military units on the field to my 3. Monk goes down, didn't even get time to start the conversion. These villagers will all die. It's a total massacre, and if we look now, Eco KD, it's looking worse and worse and worse. For me. Very well played by my opponent to keep this pressure up, and the pressure truly was fantastic. So I realised the gig is up, start sending some vills out to look, but can't find anything. More on them later. More villagers here. My opponent's got enough stone for another castle. Taking out the TCs. My opponent doesn't see this. This is a spectator bug. They don't see the farms. They don't see any of that. They don't see the walls. This TC is going to go down. This TC is going to go down, but luckily, well, I say luckily, conscious decision to build, to research the Imperial Age technology back there, and then, oh, this is bad. This is a fantastic castle. My opponent sees this gold as well, sees this gold stone. Not much I can do about this. My plan at the moment is abuse the market, but to the point where all the market needs to do is keep me alive for long enough to get to inn, build some trebs, get some monks. Priority when I get up to Imperial Age was treb, and then to research I forget which not the block printing technology, but the technology that allows you to convert at greater range, big +3 range. I was quite comfortable with the micro at these numbers. I just wanted that extra range so I could really push back and deter the organ guns. 11 of them on the field now, so dangerous numbers. Outside, I found a wood line, and I'm like, sod it, a wood line is better than no resources at all. Again, it's super unfortunate I haven't scouted this extra gold as well. That would have come in handy so much, but my plan is just keep going. Need to keep an eco behind this. Build some monks on the way up, but leave enough resources in the bank so that as soon as I'm up, treb comes out, sell a few more resources because I've got none on gold. So all the gold I'm generating now is by selling wood, by selling food, and here we go. What's it? Here's block printing. Yeah, the one where they could all convert and then one will only lose their faith is bureaucracy, I believe. Yeah, I'm comfortable with this. And my opponent's actually gone second TC at home, building up, but nowhere near imp. Like, what's going on here? Over 6 minutes of idle TC time. I mean, I've got over 7.5 minutes now of idle time, but I did have 3 TCs, and all things considered, I don't think it's too bad. Mass exodus of the villagers to safer wood lines. Got some monks here to try and protect the treb. And here we go. That's one conversion, 2 conversions, 3 conversions. Pretty pleased with that. Monks go straight back into the castle. I've not got fletching. Fletching would have been helpful here, just to get that extra range, protect the trebs a little bit more. But my opponent knows they win this in Castle Age or not at all. They've got loads on gold, none on food. The plan is they just need as many organ guns as possible. But they've done absolutely nothing with their scout. Earlier I made the decision to start scouting with this monk to try and find some resources, and I can't believe it, there's no resources here at all. But I was comforted by the fact that there was a relic, and that made me think there's probably more relics out there as well. Not seen any monks from my opponent. And here we go. Now that block printing's in as well, I can really keep these organ guns back behind their castles. But there's a relic here, and do I see this yet? I see this relic as well, so okay, I can get back into this game, and I'm still selling resources like mad to stay in. Send some villagers to try and push back. Did we get any conversions? 1, 2. But a treb goes down. 3 conversions. My opponent really is just focusing these trebs. But the first castle is down. Pretty pleased about that. And I can keep up this treb production. 4 conversions, 5 conversions, and Yeah, and now I've got the I've got the military lead. I know a lot of that is still monks, but I'm happy with that. Who's this? Got a Jane in my base. Just wandering around, having a look. See some of the eco. I don't think they were aware of that. They certainly weren't aware of all of this. If I have a quick look, can't see any of that. Now I'm trapping down this castle, and I'm confident I've got the monk numbers now to keep this trap secure. And here we go. You can see getting the conversions in the distance. That's 2 straight away, 3, 4, and I even saved this trap, which I'm pretty pleased about. Started to wall in to protect the trebs as well, but they're dead. Didn't even get the chance to convert. Still abusing the market, and at this point, healthy villager lead. About to push my opponent off my main gold. Excited to reclaim that. They're still nowhere near him. I think a lot of it at this level is spending the resources that you have as well. So the opponent probably should have clocked. They had loads of gold, loads of stone, sold some of that, or spent more of it. They could have built a monastery themselves, and Portuguese get cheaper monks. But there we go, 3 conversions. GG. I'm about to clear up all these villagers, and I'm so excited at this point. So excited at this point. One, just to beat Portuguese because I've had a really rough run of coming up against Portuguese recently. And if you look at my most created unit, it's apparently organ guns. It's definitely not organ guns. But yeah, let's just have a quick look at the map before we dive into the statistics. And I actually shouted with excitement when I saw the GG come in. And I think I've captured that clip, so I'll try and edit it in as well, so you guys can see how uncool I played that reaction. At that point, I still didn't know if that was enough to get me to 1700, but thankfully it was. I got 16 points, so that took me to exactly 1700 elo. First time I'd reached that elo and an all-time high, and finally achieved my goal just before the end of the year. So I was really pleased with that. I am very pleased with how I played this game. Again, not perfect, but happy with. I decided on a strategy. Strategy could have easily have failed if not executed well. By no means did I execute it perfectly, but I executed it well enough. So yeah, I was really pleased to see that. Plenty of conversions in there. That's very micro intensive, so I was quite pleased with that. I do enjoy the monk micro. I think I'm somewhat effective with it as well, especially for my level out here. I still hadn't seen this, and I tell you what, when the map became explored and I saw these golds, I was pretty gutted. And when I saw that there were still other relics out there as well, I realised how all in my opponent went on just castles. And thinking about it and watching this match back now, if they had gone on to less stone, dropped the castle, even the second castle was fine, but then gone more gold intensive, put down a monastery, and tried to work their way up to imp rather than try and end it all in castle, I think this would have been an easy game for them. But I was pleased. Kept a cool head. Took every time something unexpected came up, I took a breath, and I was overall very pleased with that. I was a little bit gutted that I didn't get to kill all these villagers, mainly because at this point I was seeing blood and revenge, and my word, I wanted my revenge. Okay, let's delve quickly into the statistics. So overall score, resources. Can see my opponent never even got wheelbarrow. Never got wheelbarrow. Did I ever get loom? That's an interesting one. Nope, never got loom. That's awkward. Well, back to the statistics. Military, 2.4 KD. If you look at the kills and losses, most of those kills are villagers, to be honest. Villagers and a fair number of monks. But if we look at conversions, desertions, I've never seen that. Conversions, 28 conversions. So I don't think that factors in as losses. And some of these losses as well, bear in mind, will be organ guns that I've converted and then have been killed by castle fire or other organ guns as well. But 28 conversions in a 1v1 of only 30 odd minutes is a conversion a minute near enough. I think it's pretty good going. Pretty good going. Relic gold again. I've got a relic. I think in the last 3 games, like none of my opponents have got relics. I know I only got mine late then, but better than nothing, and it was setting me up for the long term. Economy, remarkable that I got more of everything. I think this gold is mainly from, I think that it takes into account gold that I have collected via selling at the market. So interesting that even with having to rely on market abuse, these numbers aren't as true or efficient then, because I didn't have that wood to spend or that food to spend. I spent a lot of it on getting gold in through the doors. Technologies again, and it really was the fact that I managed to get up to imp that changed this. And again, this was really the turning point. As soon as I got to imp, I had not only the pop lead, but the technology lead and the power spike. And then, yeah, villagers. I just had a a much larger number of maximum villagers and total villagers in general. You can see, well, that difference there, 109 between 85 is how many villagers my opponent managed to kill. And they did a great job pushing those castles into my base and denying all my resources. APM much more even in this game in terms of actually my eco APM much higher than my opponents. No wonder, because to be honest, there wasn't a lot of eco for them to to manage. Military APM very equal here. Quite surprising, I think, actually, given that my units were much more click and micro intensive, because I was using monks, and each monk needs to be individually selected and then assigned onto a target or switch onto a target, as the case may be. So yeah, very interesting on that. Guys, I'm going to leave you with the my not so humble celebration at the end of this game. But I did it, hit 1700, very pleased with that. Thank you for coming with me on this short journey. Goals for next year are 1800. 1800 would be amazing, or well, actually, my goal has been top 1000 players in the world. So whatever elo that takes me to get to, that would be amazing. And then from there, the plan is top 1%. That would be of ranked players. That would be huge. I'd be really pleased with that. I do work full time and have family commitments and all of that kind of stuff. So it's not a game I can dedicate all my time to. But as with everything I do, enjoy being good at it. So thank you for coming with me on this journey. As ever, if you've got any comments on my gameplay or on the videos or any insights that you want to share, please do leave them down below in the comments, and I'll catch you soon. Fucking yes. Get in! What a fucking defense.